p.m. This is a regular meeting of the Governing Board of the Catalina Foothills School District. Our meeting this evening actually opened at 4:30, where we went immediately into an executive session, and consistent with the rules for conducting executive sessions, no action was taken. We're now reconvened, and so our meeting was technically already opened. This is a continuation of our opening. It's wonderful to see a full room of our Foothills community. No doubt you're all here for, or most of you at least are here for, our Star Award. That does come just a couple items down on the agenda. I have a little bit to get through before we get there. And again, I want to welcome all of you to tonight's meeting, where we have people in attendance both here in person and also remotely through YouTube Live. Momentarily, I'm going to read the rules of order for public comment at governing board meetings. If you wish to make a comment remotely, you should have signed up using the Google form that is available under the YouTube Live description. If you don't see that link, you can refresh your YouTube live stream. And if you're attending in person and you wish to make a public comment, then you will fill out this purple form that was on the table when you first came in. In my hand on the other side is a sign-in sheet. Hopefully each of you also signed in so that we know who was with us this evening. But again, if you want to speak, you would fill out one of these forms and hand it to our board secretary, Ms. Sands. At this time, I would invite everyone to please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 1.3 on our agenda is the rules of order. Are we at 1.3? No, we're 3.3. 3.3. I apologize. It is still the rules of order for public comment at governing board meetings. The governing board welcomes comments at its meetings by providing 2 opportunities for the public to address the board. If your topic of interest is not on the agenda, you may address the board during the public comments time slot near the beginning of the meeting. Or if the topic is on the agenda, you may speak just prior to the discussion of that agenda topic. In the event there's a public hearing, the opportunity to speak will be reopened. If you're joining remotely and wish to make a public comment, you should have already submitted the Google form provided with the YouTube link. For those attending in person, again, the purple form needs to be filled out and handed to our board secretary. The information that is requested on these forms is required for our meeting minutes. Speakers will be called upon when it is their turn to address the board. For those attending remotely, you may choose to enable your camera, but please, as a reminder, do unmute your microphone when it is your turn to speak. Each speaker has 3 minutes to address the board. The sound of a buzzer indicates the end of your 3 minutes. In the event of a large number of speakers, the board may need to limit the time so that we can conduct the business that is on this agenda. By law, the board cannot discuss, consider, or vote on topics that are not on the agenda. This assures the community that they are aware of the topics that will be discussed. If you wish to discuss a topic through written communication, board members' contact information can be found on the district website. We appreciate your attendance at this meeting and any comments that you wish to make. Thank you. Item 3.4 is outstanding achievements. And for this, we turn to our superintendent, Dr. Denise Barth.
Thank you. I am pleased to highlight several highlights from our CFSD student and staff achievements. Our first one goes to the Catalina Foothills High School Choir. 3 singers from our choir. They represented members of the 2025 Arizona All-State Jazz Choir Festival. After a statewide audition process, senior Luis Hurtaza, junior Isabel Garcia, and sophomore Sophia Hudgens were selected to among the top 40 jazz vocalists in the state, and to form the Arizona All-State Clinic Choir and the Arizona All-State Jazz Choir. So congratulations to our singer and their dedication to the preservation of one of the great American musical traditions. Mr. Jeffrey Evans is the director of the choirs at our Catalina Foothills High School. Next achievement is a teacher. Mr. Blake Hinson was named as one of the 2025 University of Arizona's Athletics Top Teachers of the Year. A distinguished regional honor recognizing educators who model exceptional instruction, leadership, and dedication to students. Blake is a member of our special education team. He's also a coach. So he coaches girls cross country and track and field. He will be formally recognized on Tuesday, December 22nd at the University of Arizona men's basketball game, including a pregame reception in the Hall of Champions and an in-game spotlight. So congratulations to Blake. It's a well-deserved honor, and we wish him well on that competition. Then our next honor is our CFHS Falcon Theater, and they shined at the Southern Arizona Regionals Festival of Theater. There are lots of names on this one, so I'm not going to read all the names, but all of these names will be published in our border tomorrow. But on Saturday, November 22nd, the Falcon Theater Troupe 1374 represented our high school with excellence at the Southern Arizona Regionals Festival of Theater, earning an impressive 9 superior rankings and 7 excellent rankings across performance and technical categories. So again, we had 9 students who earned superior rankings, 7 students who earned excellent rankings, and then 1 of our students excelled at the festival's technical team challenge events. The team was called the Backstage Badgers team. So congratulations to all of them. And Amy Byrode and Norm Testa, whose commitment to theater arts and education continues to elevate opportunities for our students. Canyon View third graders are published writers in the Bear Essential News. So we're very pleased to highlight that under the guidance of their teacher, Samantha Thompson, 3 of our journalists showcased curiosity, creativity, and strong nonfiction writing skills. So Cooper Messing invited readers into the colorful world of the Tucson Comic Con with his article, Meet the Super Gila Monster at Tucson Comic Con. Jacob Hamilton taught readers how to transform a desert staple into a tasty treat and turn prickly pear into delicious dish. And then Claire Braun explored Arizona's record-breaking temperatures in her engaging piece, Don't Get Burned by Arizona's Heat. So we're proud of their writing and Miss Thompson for nurturing that skill in them. Then hot off the press, that's not even in the board packet, but Miss Kai Chen, who is one of our Chinese immersion teachers, she has been honored with the Arizona Chinese Teacher Milestone Award. A prestigious award that's presented to educators who have demonstrated exceptional dedication, long-term commitment, and a significant contribution to Chinese language education in our state. So she was recognized for her passion for teaching and her unwavering commitment to her students that have set a high standard in our community. So congratulations to Miss Kai Chen. She teaches 4th grade Chinese immersion.
Long list,
It is a long list.
covering a lot of different areas. Showcasing fine arts, athletics, a lot of things that our students do
And
well.
academics.
Writing and academics at all levels, 3rd grade all the way on up. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bartlett.
Welcome.
Item 3.5 on our agenda this evening is our CFSD Star Award, which this evening, as you all no doubt know, is being presented to the Catalina Foothills High School Boys Swim and Dive Division II State Championship Team. Board member Eileen Jackson will be leading the presentation on behalf of the board this evening.
Good evening, everybody. I have the privilege of presenting tonight's Star Award to the Catalina Foothills School District Boys Swim and Dive Team for their Division II championship performance in Gilbert, Arizona in November. The board welcomes our swimmer students, our coaches, our parents, other support systems. I want to thank you for joining us to celebrate our students who brought home this first place trophy for the 14th time in our team's history. That's huge. So our boys team participated in 6 tournaments in September and October during the season of this year, and then in 3 qualifying meets to determine if they'd be able to compete in the championship. About 20 of our boys qualified to participate. And did our kids perform? The CFHS team took first place in the 200-meter medley relay, the 50-meter freestyle, and the 200-meter freestyle relay. And this resulted in 9 of our kids going home with gold medals. They also finished, I know, isn't that amazing? They also finished in the top 5 of the 50-meter freestyle, the 100-meter backstroke, the 100-meter breaststroke, and the 400-meter relay. So participating on a swim team, I've come to learn, is a really big commitment for our kids. They practice 4 days a week after school, and toward the end of the season, they add a Saturday practice. We don't have a swim and dive facility in our district, so parents and students are traveling to Fort Lowell Park and TCC to attend practices. And many of our kids practice in the off-season as well on club teams, in the mornings, in the evenings, and on the weekends. In any given practice, a student or a kid can end up swimming nearly a mile in various different sets and strokes, an accomplishment that requires a lot of endurance, persistence, and dedication. Our boys' participation in the activity is a wonderful reinforcement of the district's shared core values that emphasize commitment, perseverance, and resilience. So in the course of my research for this presentation and learning how a swim meet works, I'm struck by one thing in particular. To be a swimming champion, you have to be a champion team, a real team. We had some very, very strong individual performances with some of those first place finishes, but there were plenty of events in which we didn't place first. And that's where the team part comes into play. Every single person's effort at the meet is significant. The more events that our swimmers qualify to swim in the finals, the more opportunity to score points. And a swimmer's points count whether they place first, second, third, or maybe even last. Regardless of their eventual placement in the event, their points count toward the team's points. And our team members really came through for each other. CFSD took the championship with 386 points, besting our friendly rival, South Point, by 16.5 points, which I think is a pretty big deal, especially when you consider this is a sport where your performance is measured by the hundredths or thousandths of the second. Talk about stress. So now, I'd like to bring up Coach Ted Wallach. He's going to help me out here. This is Coach Wallach's first year coaching our boys' team. I think he did a pretty phenomenal job. Yeah?
It wasn't me. It was always
Well, I thought it might be nice if you help me pass out the awards. What we have for the students that are here is a CFSD Star Award, and I just want to read to you what the Star Award signifies. It is a Star Award for students who are living our mission and the vision that we have for our Catalina Foothills School District's students. Our mission is the Catalina Foothills School District, which is a caring and collaborative learning community, assures that each student achieves intellectual and personal excellence and is well prepared for college and career pathways. And much of what you learn as a participant on a swim team prepares you for life beyond CFSD, which is, of course, the vision that we have for all of our students, that your learning and your experience here will transfer to life beyond the Catalina Foothills School District, enabling each student to flourish as a responsible citizen in a global community. So that's an awful lot for this little teeny tiny star pin to say, but that is what it says. And then we'll also be presenting a certificate to each of the swimmers in recognition of your outstanding performance as a member of the Catalina Foothills High School Boys Swim and Dive Division II State Championship Team. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually hand you certificates and have you read off our kids' names. And if you guys will come up, I know you want photos back there, but I think we want them up here first. And then we'll kind of move on to the paparazzi stage back there, and we'll take lots of photos. Parents will have an opportunity to take a photo. But for right now, we want to bring the kids up here so we can all recognize you, we can all look at you, we can all embarrass you. And then I'll give Coach Wallach an opportunity to say a few words about the team that he so superbly led to the state championship. So I'm going to give you this right there. And just hand these to you, and hopefully it looks like maybe most of our team is here.
All right, so let's start with Oliver Armenta.
Thank you.
So just come on up and have a stand. You're going to get to stand up there for quite a while. Here you go.
Zalon Brown. Derek Casson. Simon Crawford. Connor Daggett. Luke Dinsmore. Nick Dinsmore. Jack Drake. Ariston Elsesser. Evan Gator. Aiden Kastner. Mason Cott. Matthew Maxwell. Reef Mankey. Andrew Murray. Matthew Murray. Jace Rooney. Gregan Vamos. Nathan Wu. Assistant coach Scott Mankey. And co-head coach, and really the Star Award recipient here, the star head coach, Riley Babson.
So I just want to also present, so we don't make you present to yourself, Coach Ted Wallach. So look at this team, and only 2 people weren't here tonight. Again, more evidence of what bonds of teamwork have been forged with the performance of this team. I will say, first year coaching, a lot of expectation for next year. And actually, it looks like we only have about 4 seniors on the team. So we have a pretty young team, so a lot of expectation for next year. I also just want to do a shout out to our parents, because we all know this doesn't happen without the support of loving, supportive families who are willing to do what it takes to get you guys to practice and support you in this endeavor. And so I would also like us all to give a hand to our parents and families and support system that are in the room. Coach, you want to say a couple words?
Sure, thank you. On behalf of Riley and Scott and myself, I would just want to say thank you to the board for this recognition. It is well-deserved for these kids. They really put their heart into this season, and their dedication to our team and our efforts as a group really shined. And I just want to say, not only did they represent Catalina Foothills in an excellent way inside the pool, but also outside of the pool with their character and just who they are. And we really saw that at the state meet with how they represented themselves on that whole trip, whether we were stopping at a spot to eat or whether we were at the hotel or at the pool. And that really showed with these individuals, their character and their spirit as a team coming together. So that also needs to be recognized. As we headed to the state finals on Saturday, a month ago, Scott and Riley were looking at the statistics and thinking about our numbers and where could we gain some points, where could we lose some points. And I remember kind of not even halfway through the meet, we were watching one of the events with that had two of our swimmers in the heat, and one of them performed a turn that was illegal. And the official's hand went up, and we both, not both of us, but Scott's head went down, and we were sure that it was done. We didn't really have a shot, but I don't think we took into account that you don't know what could happen that's not expected. And that's really what happened with our team. Is not only did they swim great, we had some excellent swims, but something unexpected happened, which rarely does happen, which is there was a DQ and a relay. And because of that just really, Riley and I looked at each other when the awards were announced at the very end, and we just kind of both shook our head and said, did we just win? So we went down, we jumped in the pool with the kids, and we had a blast. But it was a fantastic season, and congrats to all of you, and thank you again to the board. So.
Thank you. So why don't the coaches join your guys over there so that we can get a photo of all the team with the coaches? Oh, you want to do it here and then move them back there? Sure. Or do we want to move them all back there now? Do you guys mind? We won't be able to see the banner,
I just got to say one more thing, because
Sure.
really Scott and Riley deserve as much recognition that, I'm up here speaking, but really these guys, they carried this team through this season, and
we were a team.
Yeah, we were a team, but they were amazing.
And while you all are taking photos, I just want to also recognize Charles Pierce, the athletic director, Dr. Chris Lambert, who are also present and also integral. Their leadership is also integral to all the successes of our student athletes across the high school. Nicely done. Very nicely. And not too long. Yes. And they're so tall.
Pardon me? I know. Well, there's that wingspan. That's true. The wingspan, yeah. Fun.
The kids are so tall. The parents have their hands all the way up.
Well, they're all tall because all the kids are long and lean.
Exactly.
Sort of the parents.
Fantastic.
No doubt we'll see them in here again.
So quiet.
I
I know, they're very quiet.
Thank you, guys. So great. I love these celebrations. And you know what? About how big they are at the top.
That was lovely.
That was amazing.
That was great.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Any public comment?
Thank you so much for coming.
Being here. Thank you for all your time and work. We appreciate it.
I think they're finished with pictures.
Nice job, Eileen.
They're moving it.
Nice job.
Well done.
Thank you.
Very well done.
I said, not my forte.
Thank you all for being here. We hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.
The names.
Well, I figured that way I can't mess up any of them.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I forgot to ask.
Thanks for
when
coming, you two.
Thank you.
Appreciate having you here.
Forgot.
Thank you both.
Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good holiday.
Just keep swimming.
Don't cover our camera. We have a public meeting happening. Just because you're tall enough to do that doesn't mean you should. We are going to reconvene our public meeting momentarily. If everyone could finish up your photos.
Civic tea. They're moving.
They
That
are.
actually works, threatening them with the rest of our meeting.
I know, right, there you go. While the last stragglers are exiting our meeting, I will say that I have no purple sheets,
Okay.
nor has anyone signed up for public comment, so
Okay?
when we, so I'll call agenda item 4.0 is our public comment time, but we have no one who has signed up to speak remotely, nor do we have anyone who is remaining in our audience.
That's okay. Good
It
night.
was wonderful.
Thank you.
Every seat in the house was filled, which was
It's very
Wonderful.
nice.
wonderful to see.
And only
And
two
some.
students not able to make it.
I know,
That's
isn't that amazing?
fantastic.
Especially in December, it's such a
was
busy month.
fantastic.
Put extra seats out too.
Yeah, we put extra.
So, item 5.1 through 5.5 is our consent agenda. Does anyone have any item that they would like to pull for further discussion or questions or comments?
Not I.
Okay, and I will entertain a motion, please.
I move that the governing board approve consent agenda items 5.1, the governing board November 24, 2025 regular meeting minutes as presented, 5.2, the expense voucher memorandum as presented, 5.3, the field trip request memorandum as presented, 5.4, the personnel memorandum as presented, and 5.5, the acceptance with gratitude of the gifts and donations memorandum as presented.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Seconds.
There's been a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Our item of new business this evening is agenda item 6.1. Sorry, I have to go there. Item 6.1 is recommended approval opposition letter regarding potential Pima County Joint Technical Education District special bond election. And this is submitted and presented by Dr. Denise Bartlett.
Thank you. At a recent meeting, the administration of the Pima JTED proposed calling for a special bond election for $300 million in November of 2026. Member districts were invited to that meeting with the superintendent to hear the proposal that was put before us. They're asking that the Pima County member districts support this special bond election. The attached letter that we're asking you to approve outlines collective concerns that the Pima County superintendents have regarding the current draft proposal proposed by the superintendent of JTED for the special bond election. While we reaffirm our total support for JTED career and technical education classes and proposed and the support that it provides for our students and the opportunities that it provides for our students, the proposed bond would disproportionately invest in central campus programs and expansions at the expense of a decentralized satellite programs, of which CFHS is a satellite program for the JTED students. And satellite programs serve the vast majority of students in the JTED program. It's important to note that when voters created the Pima JTED in 2006, they endorsed a system designed to ensure high-quality CTE access to high schools. And this approach continues to meet the students' needs effectively every day. And again, I just want to reiterate, we are fully in support of CTE programs and our students accessing those programs, and the quality of those programs are always very high. But approximately 90% of all JTED students participate in satellite programs. Yet recent administrative decisions in the draft bond scenario direct 80 to 85% of the proposed bond funds towards central campuses, which currently serves a very small portion of the students. The shift contradicts JTED's founding vision, and it creates inequitable investment levels between central and satellite programs, and would not represent a responsible use of taxpayer dollars. Additional concerns include declining member district funding allocations, increased restrictions on local use of JTED funds, and the absence of a community-driven planning process for this bond election. So just to contextualize the participation that we have in CFSD in our centralized programs, this information outlines our current enrollment in JTED's satellite and central programs. So the satellite program, which CFHS is a satellite program, we have 1,440 students that are duplicated student enrollment. That means they take more than one JTED class.
But it's 1,440 individual students, separate students, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We have 1,060 unduplicated students enrolled. Okay, so no, I take that back. So the number of duplicated is classes.
Okay.
The students is 1,060 in unduplicated. So 969 unduplicated students, excluding ninth graders, and we have 91 ninth graders enrolled, with whom only 37 are eligible for fourth-year funding. So we have taken on that funding for ninth grade, understanding that to get students into the program early is beneficial, and it's important to them.
Because ninth graders are never funded.
They're not funded?
No,
Not
they're not
funded.
funded, no. So at the central campus, which is either the Bridges campus or Masterpieces, there's two current campuses that they have, we have 72 students attending programs at central campuses. And we have 19 students attending post-secondary programs at Pima Community College. I believe that's the aviation program. That's through Pima Community College. So these figures demonstrate that overwhelmingly the majority of our students take courses at our satellite campus, not at the centralized campus, because they want a comprehensive high school experience. Many of them want to play sports. So when you go to the central campus, you do that after school. So now that basketball has started, some of our students have actually withdrawn from classes at the central campus so that they can participate in the sports. So we do have some fluctuation, but only a small percentage enroll in central campus programs from CFHS. And the proposed potential bond would not benefit the majority of our students and families. So member districts, one of which were included, but you can see the list of member districts on the letter that's attached. We're asking for governing boards to sign the letter expressing our opposition for the draft proposal for the potential Pima JTED special bond election. And then once signed, it will be presented to the Pima JTED superintendent and its governing board.
So the school districts that are listed on the second page of the letter, is that, to your knowledge, every superintendent of the districts that are listed there will be making the recommendation to their individual boards to oppose this bond proposal, as opposed to just having a listing of every member district? Do you know what I'm
So
saying?
this is a list of every member district.
Okay,
And we're asked to take, or we've agreed to take these to our governing boards. And then those that approval, we will send them to the superintendent's group. And then if someone doesn't, if the board doesn't approve, it just won't go, and it will just be listed as their names will be taken off.
but to your knowledge, every superintendent opposes this bond initiative?
Of the superintendents that were in attendance at the meeting, it was unanimous. Not everyone was
Okay.
in attendance. So I don't know the answer exactly, but everyone in attendance, which
About
was,
how many?
it's the majority of these
We're in attendance.
were in attendance at the meeting.
And I assume the superintendent of JTED was there as well?
No,
Oh, she was not, okay.
Just to clarify one point, on this letter, this was a collaborative exercise that was not led or directed by Catalina Foothills
No.
School District.
no, this was a collaborative effort. It was not directed by any one individual or one superintendent. It was a collective effort.
Are you asking because of the article that was publicized, that was
I think it's
published?
important to clarify that.
No, I agree with you, that's why I'm asking, and I would have asked the same question, because there was a newspaper article that implied that this was a Foothills-led
Correct.
effort, and that was
That's not true.
okay.
It's not true.
He's spoken with, I'm not sure if it's Ms. or Dr. Prather, the JTED superintendent, about the concerns, and if so, how have they responded?
We expressed the concerns at the meeting, the initial meeting. We expressed the concerns regarding the planning of it, the timing of it, the decentralization, or the centralization rather than decentralization. But there was no outcome. There was no outcome. It was just a listening session. So since then, I do not believe there has been any discussion with her specifically about the oppositions.
And no indication that they're going to change course of the planned use of these funds should the bond be successful?
No indication of that, no.
Is it your understanding that all of those funds were to be used in the centralized location and that none would be distributed?
No, it's supposed to be 240 million.
Oh, sorry, it says it in there.
Yeah.
I
240
apologize.
million for the centralized programs. Specifically, what was discussed was to build a fourth building at the Bridges campus, and then to sell the Masterpieces campus and build a new facility at approximately I-10 and Prince Road.
What's the purpose of that?
Yeah.
Shifting to the new location and selling an existing location?
What was communicated to us was that they're kind of bursting at the seams at Masterpieces.
Not big enough.
Oh, it's not big enough. I think they have cosmetology there, which is a pretty big program. They have, and
yeah.
the fire safety program is there as well. So those are two pretty big, large programs. But that was
What at Mariana Masterpieces?
no, Masterpieces is at River and Shannon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
it's
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Masterpieces. So moving Central Campus further out of our district is not going to entice students to travel further.
Yeah.
So I-10 and Prince is not going to be very conducive to the
Right.
students in
No.
Catalina Foothills High School.
Unless they really have a particularly strong interest.
Correct.
And so I think, and I phrased my question poorly, because I think what I was really trying to get at was, are the programs that we have now sufficiently funded? Do we need more money from JTED to support our students?
Well, again, it's not going to support programs, these are capital. This
They're
is a
gonna build
capital
buildings with it, yeah.
bond
The
election.
capital bond,
So it's for equipment and buildings.
not coming to us. Equipment, for example, we would, I mean, I'm
Of
sure
the 60 million that they're
Yes.
proposing go to satellite districts,
some of it.
some of it will come to us, not all at once. And that 60 million is going to be spread amongst all member districts.
But assuming we get no money, if they don't do this bond election and we have what is the future of our programs on our campuses? Do we need?
Does it affect our programs?
No,
Negatively
it
affect
doesn't, it's not affecting our programs, not having a bond election.
Okay,
And to be clear, the 60 million, there's no communication about how that would be divided among
No.
the districts or a plan for that.
Well, and the letter's point about their bonding capacity means that they're looking for 300 million to build their buildings, and their bonding capacity is what, 155?
155.
So that 60 million is going to come down the pike
Yeah.
much further,
Correct.
and probably in dribs and drabs because of their bonding capacity.
Correct.
And do we have any idea what this does to overall tax rates? I mean, have they done that analysis?
It's about $15 for every $100,000 assessed valuation.
And so this is new taxes, so
This
to
is new
speak, to use our
taxes.
nomenclature. No new tax rates.
Correct.
This is an additional tax rate that could affect individual school districts' ability to go out
Correct.
and get their capital bonds
Correct.
when we're trying to keep
And I
tax
think that
burdens low.
was a concern that we
Yeah.
mentioned.
right.
For people who had just
Certainly.
been successful on a bond election, and those that may be planning to go
Yeah.
out in a year or two.
Well, to me, this sentence in the middle of the letter, 90% of the students who participate in CTE courses through Pima JTED do so in satellite programs. And that's 28,800 of the current 32,000 students. So this is affecting maybe 3,200 students. If I'm doing my math correctly, I think I'm a little off there, but close. Maybe 4,000 students out of the 32,000 students. And that's pretty telling to me. Would more students take advantage of a satellite program? Again, it depends on location, it depends on the ability to fit it into their schedule. And it seems to me if 90% of students are in satellite programs, that's not
where they
just a
wanna be.
fluke, that's a preference.
Correct.
To me, that's, the bottom line is right there in that sentence.
To me, I agree with you there, and then I would go on to say it's the first full sentence of page 2. In per pupil terms, this translates to $75,000 of bond funding per central campus
Wow.
student, compared to $2,083 in bond funding per satellite student.
That's nuts.
A
Private
staggering
school.
and indefensible discrepancy.
I agree.
Yep.
So, how does this work in terms of, if, I assume you're bringing it to the boards because the boards would have to approve a bond election? We approve, disapprove. So how does
That's
it work with?
unclear right now. We're trying to get to the bottom of it. Does it
How this
have to be everybody? But I can't imagine that they can ask to tax our constituents
Right.
without our approval.
Well, right.
So, but we're not sure if they can move forward without our approval. We're
It would be
try-
like us
we're
going
trying to
out for a
determine that.
bond and asking neighborhood by neighborhood to approve,
Right. But we don't have a clear answer. I don't have a clear
Yeah,
answer.
we
on
don't
that.
know the legal mechanism.
okay.
Right, I don't
Whether
know.
their board can simply call a $300 million bond election.
Right.
And put it on our
I've gotten
ballot?
conflicting messages on that so far.
We don't
so
know. And our people at Gus Rosenfeld don't know?
I didn't reach out to them.
I would think they'd know. Okay.
So is so JTED they haven't called for
No.
an election yet.
They're proposing that they would call for it in May,
Okay.
or to be
Or
on the
November.
ballot in November of '26.
So the purpose of this would be a statement from our board that we would not be supportive.
Correct.
Not sure what the impact of that would be, but it is taking a position.
It's taking a position,
Yeah,
along with the other Pima County satellite districts.
Some are
yeah.
Yeah, some or all.
Look, I think anybody who's listened to our discussions for over any length of time knows that this board and past boards have been extremely supportive of JTED programming and expanding JTED programming. But I think, I'm just saying this for me, I think, we've talked a lot about our fiscal responsibility to our constituents, our students, and I think our focus has to be on what best serves our students and also what we're asking of our taxpayers. And I think the two pieces that you both read of that letter are very persuasive, that our students, the vast majority of our students, will not benefit from the taxation of our constituents. It doesn't sound like you've been convinced otherwise. I
No.
mean, that nobody's come, JTED
No.
isn't coming to you and saying,
No.
let me explain to you how this actually
No,
will benefit your students. Right.
there will be small benefits if money
Sure.
does flow,
Sure,
or equipment, and we don't have any space to build,
right.
so it wouldn't be a building per se, but it could be equipment. So there will be small gains, but in the scheme of the large picture of the number of students,
Right. But again, I mean, you're not anticipating having to limit or close down existing programs because we don't have the equipment that we need to keep them
no,
going, or because, I mean, that's,
no.
so we're not facing,
Well, and to ladder on
That's-
top of that, we actually have good evidence for the last couple of years of really of investing quite nicely. We've built out the new, forgive me, the teacher certification
Oh,
Right.
that,
JTED
yes.
program. We've
Early
added-
education.
Early
Early
childhood
childhood
education,
education.
thank you very
Right.
much. We've expanded the healthcare
Yep.
track, for example. So I think we
And
have a
biotechnology.
biotechnology, we've expanded quite nicely. So really
and
good.
the paying for ninth graders.
Yes, exactly. So I
And
think we
that's
have a
the-
really good track record of showing
Yeah.
that we're investing heavily in the program and that we're very supportive of it for our students. I personally feel that it would be doing our students an injustice if we do not express our concerns with this proposed bond. I'd be very concerned to see what would happen if we take this, if this bond were to go ahead, and the impact on our taxpayers and what that could mean for our community long-term as well. So I personally appreciate the way that you and your colleagues, the other superintendents, have laid out the letter.
Thank you. I do have one question. With this proposal, do they have like a timeline for when they would start planning, permitting, building a new facility, or is it just, let's get the bond and then?
Again, we haven't
Don't know
seen the,
So
pl-
we're just, there's a proposal on the table with not a lot of feet under the table to.
which is part of our
Over table.
concern, is
Okay.
that it seems very fast and quick to go from, we want to bond to, we're going to bond in November. We're going to go for a bond election in November.
Well, and they want
Such
to
a
build a
large
new,
amount.
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. They want to build a new building on the Bridges campus, and the last time they built a building, which is a spectacular
Yeah.
building, and it's all the health
Yeah.
services.
Right.
What is the purpose of the new building? What bent is that building going to have? Is it going to increase,
I
programs for
don't
the
know.
trades? Is it, which I know is a big concern of yours, but
concern
we
of
don't
mine.
even have an answer to that question, is what this building will house. Is it simply going to expand existing programs? New programs, what?
Yeah, I feel very uncomfortable because there's no there.
I was just
For lack
gonna
of a
say
better
that.
term.
Yeah, it's,
Correct, we don't have a lot of that information.
Right, yes.
so how did this information come to you? That it was in the superintendent's meeting?
There was a meeting that,
Invited you to.
that JTED invited us to.
I see, okay,
They invited superintendents and our CFOs or our
I see,
director of finance.
I see, okay.
And
They
pre-
presented a
They
proposal that,
presented, the CFO and the superintendent presented their proposal.
So work was done in the
it is
background,
it is kind of stunning,
but
it's,
not presented to,
right,
as part of the presentation.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
I would have no problem supporting a decision to sign this letter.
Same, and it,
Okay.
Would you like a
Yes.
motion?
It is on,
President?
it is on for an action item this evening, and if there's no further questions or
You were
discussions
gonna say something, I
needed.
think, Jen?
no,
Yeah.
going back, I just want to remind whoever might be watching that this board has been very supportive.
Very,
It's a huge, for me personally,
yes,
burning platform issue to have
yes,
and a technical education, but I'm disappointed personally knowing what goes into building the building. There's nothing there for me to hold on to
right,
and understand what is the plan.
yeah, it's pretty amorphous.
You ready for a motion?
Sure.
I move that the governing board approve signing a letter on behalf of the governing board to the board and administration of Pima County Joint Technical Education District, Pima JTED, expressing formal opposition to the current draft of a potential special bond election under consideration for November 2026 as presented.
Thank you. Your
I'll second.
And a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. And I'll just note, the language on this motion is the current draft,
Yes.
which leaves open the possibility that if, in my mind, it leaves open the possibility that if more information comes forward and that satisfies, there could be another conversation to be had.
Yes.
This is our vote based on the information we have before us.
Agree. I think that's a good call out.
Thank you for that.
Okay. Item 7.1 is our fiscal year 2027 draft budget process.
Oh,
Dr.
gosh,
I
no.
know.
That time of year.
It's
It's
not
the
even,
most wonderful time of year.
It's that time of year.
Dr. Bartlett.
We've actually, started thinking about it in many ways already.
Right.
Because once the school year starts, we start planning and preparing for future years. So this is the proposed maintenance and operation M&O funding budget planning document, and this is the process that we will be going through. So I'll go line by line through that. We started in November and hope to finish in January, and so this is a shorter timeline than we've done in the past about reconciling our fiscal year 26 salaries, wages, benefits, actual to budgeted, and then we're going to revise our fiscal year 26 budgets and revenue expenditure based on our assumptions and reality. So we are currently working on that. Our reconciliation is underway. That starts everything because we know how much of our budgeted amount we did not spend.
Right.
So that gives us a baseline. So that's very important. Then from November through March, we're going to be analyzing all other areas of the fiscal year 26 budget, the budgeted to actual, of course, reviewing any legislative actions that are going to require additional funding, and proposals in determining the budget assumptions to establish our baseline budget for fiscal year 27. And that will be done pretty much by March. And then in March and April, we're going to, you're going to be viewing straw budgets all along through that from January through March, basically. We're going to finalize our fiscal year 27 budget proposal, our straw budget, on March 3rd, which is a little bit sooner than we've had in the past. We're going to do our non-renewal of professional staff with one-year contracts.
What's driving that sooner
Yeah.
date? Sorry, I'm just curious. You said it's a little sooner than it has been, so what's driving that?
Right. Well, we're trying to get out in front of a hiring
Yeah.
so that we can offer contracts earlier. So we're trying to expedite this process a little bit so that we can get out in front of some of that hiring and offer contracts, see who's coming back, who's not coming back, and then begin that hiring process. On April 7th, we will present budget proposal to you, our proposed budget, and we'll determine employee salaries, wages, and benefits. And we'll offer the first round of contracts and an addenda. And then on the April 21st, we'll offer the second round of contracts. So we're actually, this is proposed, we would actually like to do that sooner
Yeah.
than April 7th, but it will all be dependent on if our insurance rates come in and all of those budget items that we need to consider. April and May, we'll present budget proposal information to our key stakeholder groups. In April and June, we'll conduct regular and special board meetings as needed to finalize our fiscal year 27 budget. On June 9th is when we'll approve the proposed budget. And then on the 10th, we'll post that, and you have to post that. And then on the June 9th, we'll do notice of appointments for our classified employees. And then on June 23rd, we'll conduct our public hearing and adopt our, that should be fiscal year 27 budget. And then on June 24th, we'll submit our adopted fiscal year 27 budget to the Arizona Department of Education. And you know that date is always
Yeah.
dependent.
So when the state gets around to it. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it's
aspirational.
aspirational.
Yes.
It's dependent on when the legislature finishes and
Yeah.
we have a budget from the
Well,
state.
the hope is that they will actually finish on time this year so they can get out and stump for their reelection.
Correct. But
That
I
is
will
the
say that some of these dates that we want to move up, we've expedited some of our registration process. So we've started that earlier, which will then allow us to ask for course offerings for students to make their course selections earlier. We're asking them to do that earlier so then we can do staffing earlier. So we're trying to just reduce our timeline so that it's not spread out so
Yeah.
far and we get a jump on hiring if we need to hire.
I like that.
And if you remember, there was some legislation passed that all districts can go out after March 1st. So that March 1st is when a lot of districts are going out and a lot of our job fairs.
Well, March
U of
15th, we
A.
can't offer
Oh, sorry,
contracts
is it
until March
15th?
15th.
I thought first, okay. The,
Yeah.
and also a lot of the job fairs, the U of A's, our job fairs, then we would be in a position to actually
In March?
potentially take advantage of that, yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
that's
in
early.
February.
Wow.
A lot of them are in February, so.
Wow.
Again, we put April 7th because that's when we typically do that, but we are aspiring to do that earlier. So this is a proposal, this is a proposed timeline, but we're trying to just get out in
This
front of it.
timeline is actually, it seems like the latest date.
Yes.
And it may be sooner.
Yes, these
This
are no
is
later than.
No later than, right.
Or April 7th, no
Right.
later than. So, but it is that time of year.
Oh,
Yep.
it's busy.
I love
spring.
budget time. I mean, not so much the constraints that we have to deal with, but
So you love
I
budget
do, I
time?
like the whole budget thing.
Okay, thought I heard you wrong.
Yes. So that was just for information.
Thank you. Questions, comments? Need more information? Thank you both. Item 7.2 is a standing item enabling us to discuss any Arizona legislative or governmental activity related to our place, if there is any. I'm sure that will be in January.
Yes, it'll be interesting. There's lots of predictions, but no
Right.
firm happenings yet.
Okay. Agenda planning is tomorrow with,
Is it 10 o'clock?
Is it 10, unless you need to change it?
Remote? Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Okay.
That's
Amy
fine.
said a remote, so I'll go remote.
Oh,
as well.
I gave you the materials.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We had a placeholder to resume our executive session. Has any board member reconsidered our previous we did not need to do another executive session. We've concluded that. So that brings us to adjournment. And just briefly before we adjourn, this is our only meeting in December. It's unusual. We only meet once in December. So, and next week is the last week of school. So wishing all of our CFSD students best of luck on finals, those who take them, to our families, safe and relaxing and restorative and healthy holidays. Motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Second.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The
Opposed?
people in the lobby.
Motion carries.
I know they're still out there gabbing.
Are they really?
That's awesome.
That's so funny. Our
That's funny.
meeting is adjourned at 7:31.
Nice.
Thank you, everyone.
I have to say, we finished a